Look, did you look around a little bit, or did you know you really wanted to make it work with the Saints as your top priority?
I did a little bit of both, but I knew like I had a like unfinished business with New Orleans Saints. With a limited, a role and everything. I feel like I could, do more and display more coming into next season. I feel like as a team, we had unfinished business. We started off hot, and then especially towards the end of the season, we started really believing, knowing that we could really be a great team. And I feel like I don't want to leave this team without us accomplishing that.
Obviously, I
Ugo,
know your role will depend a lot on what the rest of the secondary looks like, but how much do you think your ability to play the nickel is something that the Saints have talked to you about, and how much have you really embraced that being a big part of your role?
I embrace that role a lot, because it's kind of hard to find good nickels, especially at this level of the game. In college, you can really, throw like you could throw a few guys in there if they have the athletic ability, but once you get to the pros, you have to have the ability, you have to have the IQ for it, And I feel like I strive in that because I feel like I'm always trying to be a step ahead of the offense and seeing what they're trying to do, what positions they're trying to put the defense in to get an edge over them, And I feel like I embrace that a lot. I know I have a lot of potential in that position that I could tap into. We're going to see that coming into this season as well.
so you learn anything new about yourself last year with your first year with the Saints?
Oh yeah, I learned a lot of new things. When I played this system in college, and then when I got to the NFL, I went to more of a cover three zone. And I got right back into this system when I got here, and I learned about Coach Joe, our DB coach. He was just really showing us like how to read routes. Because we're such a match coverage defense. And knowing our fits and all that. And I feel like I thrived as the season went on, just seeing it so many times, getting those repetitions of it allowed me to play faster and be in the right spots at the right time.
Do you feel like you're going to have an advantage this year for yourself going into year number two with the Saints then?
I feel like I'll have a strong advantage going to year two just because I know the system. Now I know what I do, now I know what the next person does next to me. So it allows me just to play fast and play with confidence.
Ugo, how familiar are you with what the Saints are trying to implement offensively, just from your perspective of having played in the NFC West and everything, like sort of that wide zone offense? And what do you think are some of the benefits that can come with that approach?
With this offense, you're talking about this offense, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, with this offense, it's going to have your head spinning, like looking left and right multiple times. It's not just a get ready, set hut type of offense. They're going to have to motion you. And, the biggest thing when the offense motion, the defense has to adjust. If the offense motion, the defense adjust, they already got the advantage. So with this offense, going to have to make you play two steps ahead, and once you get the play action down and then you can throw the pass around it, behind it, that's when you have a deadly offense because it's run, and then hit you with a pass.
Hey, Ugo, I jumped on a minute or two late, so I apologize if you've already been asked this, but what is it about your game that kind of makes you comfortable playing multiple positions, and what do you think about the Saints kind of giving you that opportunity to fit in a couple different spots last year?
Oh, what is it about my game that I think that makes me, who I am is I think I'm very instinctive, and in any position you put me in, I like to think and then react, and I think like just being instinctive is just such a great quality to have in this game, and having the IQ, seeing, believing what you see, because a lot of guys that go out there on the field, they see it, but they just don't react. I see it and I react just right before, the opponent can even react.
And then it seems like the Saints gave you opportunities to play multiple positions last year. Like, do you appreciate that with the organization?
Oh no, I appreciate it a lot. Bringing me back. Allowing them to let me to maximize my full potential, like playing multiple positions, because it's very hard to find one guy that can do all things. That's what GMs and owners want to look for. They want guys who, hey, how many positions can he play, or how many things can he do? And that's just even in the corporate world. They love people who can do more than one thing.
Any other
Ugo,
questions for Ugo?
did they talk to you about their vision for your role? I mean, do you expect it to look a lot like it did last year, or do you expect more of an opportunity to compete for a starting job or a starting nickel job or anything like
No, they didn't talk to me more about my role, but in my mindset, it's coming in to compete, for a role, and that's just every season, whether drafted, undrafted, that's how every season goes. You come in, you got to compete for something.
And do you include special teams as part of that, competing for snaps there?
Oh, special teams is a huge part of it. That was my identity coming to the league. You can never forget, what got you going. So special teams and defense are two intertwined things. And that's why I take a full responsibility in that, because special teams and playing defense, it's kind of hard to get a guy who's good on special teams and good on defense, and they can play for you the whole season healthy.
I hopped on late here, but how valuable kind of was last season's experience of playing in the slot more and just
Wait, you going in now? Can you repeat that?
I think he was asking how valuable last season's experience was playing in the slot.
Oh, last season's experience. Oh, that was very valuable for me, just to get the reps and get the being comfortable in that system, knowing who's doing what and all that. But I feel like with the amount of opportunities that I got in the slot was very key. Especially keeping me, bringing me back in. And I feel like I did a great job when opportunities came. And I can't wait to see what this year brings.